save us.
Hey guys, it's Bam here, and this will be my 2D motion track tutorial for After Effects. So today you're just going to do text motion tracking, but you could replace the text with any pictures or anything like that. So it's just onto a 2D image. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, I've got my clip here, so I'm going to show you how to motion track onto the running person, as you saw at the start, and then also onto a wall. Which is here. So you will be able to change the angle of the text, but you can only motion track it left and right and up and down. Okay, so first of all, we just want to put in our text layer here. Just going to, there we go. So we've got a text layer, and I'll go 2D motion tracking. Oh, there we go. So you have 2D motion tracking here. I'll make that a little bit smaller using S. I'm going to bring up scale and then drag down to give it about 70%. So we've got our text here. What we want to do is basically make it follow this guy here. First thing we want to do is on your clip, if you're going to use a twixter, then you have to make sure you click on your twisted clip, go layer and select pre-compose, and then move all attributes into the new composition. But because I've already done that, it's okay. Then what we do is go workspace, editing, and then change that to motion tracking. Now we have this track motion thing, and then layer, make sure we select the composition, layer, new, null object, and that should be on the top, and your clip should be on the bottom. So now what you do is select your clip, then select track motion, and then you'll get this new little box up. What I want to do is put that on somewhere where I want to track it next to. So I think I might put it down near his leg. You can adjust this box if you want a little bit. So I might put it here. So make sure you got that on the bottom track, and then where it says motion target, you have to edit target and make sure it's your null layer that's on the top. And then what you do is go to the very start of the timeline like I am here, place your box, and then press the play next to analyze forward. I might put it a little bit higher up on his leg, up here. We'll try it again and I'll speed it up again. Okay, so what you want to do now is, because it's got to the edge of the clip and it's now not following anything, and you press the stop button here. Okay, so now the tracking stopped. What we need to do is press apply, and then it'll come up with apply dimensions X and Y, and click OK. Okay, so now what we have is the tracker points, which is on the bottom clip that we were using, and those are also now on the null 6. So what we want to do is go back to where we want the text to match up. So if I want the text to be that position next to the person, then I go to that position and then pair it with null 6. You can either use this quick picks thing, or you can go parent and then pick null 6. If you can't see that, then there's some buttons down here that basically will make it appear. So just play with them until you find it. So now it will be following it like that. So it's a little bit shaky, but that's just because I didn't really play around with it much. You might have to play around with it a bit, but that was first go. So what happens here, if your clip goes off the screen, so you go back here, what you're going to need to do is then position it, go into your text layer, press P, and then you'll come up with this, press the stopwatch, make a keyframe, and then approximate where the text would disappear, and then basically drag it up. So then we've got, I'll just show you here, we've got this, and then the text follows it out. So you have to approximate, unfortunately, but it looks pretty smooth. As long as it's right at the end, you won't notice it. Okay, so that's our first part done. Then what we want to do is back on here, we want to make another text layer. So and what we can do is change our workspace. Change our workspace back to, I use mine editing, I made a custom one. Let's change it back to all panels probably. Okay, so now I have this, and I'll type in byte bam, because that's, wait, no, it's tutorial by bam. I'm just gonna keep it the same as it was in the intro part. Okay, so we've got this. Now what you want to do, if you've got a wall, is you select your new track, and then when you press the left button here, there should be a cube, and that'll be 3D layer. So click on that cube underneath, and that allows you to, once you click down this and go transform, you can now change the rotation X and Y and Z. So what we want to do is try and match up the wall. So because the wall's going a little bit, so it's into the left, I put it into the left a little bit, and then I rotate the Z axis, which will rotate it up. So what we want to do is just keep matching it, so we try and get that same, like it's useful with the bricks because we can just follow the bricks, then scale it up to however big you want it, and that's pretty close. Just touch it up a little bit, and our Z axis tiny bit. There we go. So now we've got it on the wall. And what we want to do now is basically the same thing as before. So we need a layer, new, and then null object. And we want to go back to the start, which is back here, and we'll just place a marker there. So go back down onto your normal clip and select motion tracking, get rid of these parts, and then go track motion, and then you go forward one step. Here we are, and what we want to do is, you could track it on a brick, but on this one I'm going to track it on the pole just because the pole sort of stands out. So I'm just going to try and do this, and I'll speed it up. Okay, so it's finished, and now we press apply, and then apply dimensions X and Y. There we go. So now we'll go back to where we want it at the start of this here, and one more frame, and then what we do is pair tutorial by BAM with null 7, and now we can see it follows it. You may notice that it just comes back a little bit, it's not following exactly. That's because of, I polled it with the pair, I've paired it with the pole, and it's not exactly fitting. So if you want to play around with that a little bit, that's just to do with where you're motion tracking it, but that's pretty accurate. Okay, so just the final thing, obviously what we want to do is cut this part here, so you can press Alt and then open square bracket, and I did that one too early. Alt, open square bracket, and that'll cut the start of the clip. So we've got it here, following the person, and then we go in onto the wall. Okay, so guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any trouble with it, then give me a message or put something in the comments, and we'll see if we can help you out. I'll be bringing some more tutorials like color flashes and also some scribble. So they'll be out in the next couple of days. So thanks for watching.